All right, it's going down. Welcome to the Strong Tower Podcast. Back again, another week, and had a pretty eventful weekend. Actually, got to do things, and so Friday we actually went to my grandparents' house. Our family from Georgia came up to visit, and my aunt, my uncle, and my cousin. And we got to, just relax and chill, hang out, even though during this whole COVID thing, it's good. It's good to be able to be around family, even though they're from another state, So it was good to see them. It was good to be around them. And good to talk to, different people. Sometimes, through this whole thing, it's tough for people mentally to get through. And, I think being social is something, and being around family is something that people really need right now. But, there's a fly. So we ordered crabs, man. I don't know, I couldn't tell you I think actually crabs is probably my second favorite summer food. I think I'd rather have like burgers and hot dogs. I think burgers and hot dogs for me are a better summer food. But I asked y'all on Instagram. I want to see what y'all thought. So I said, would you rather have a good old-fashioned barbecue, some burgers, hot dogs, maybe throw some ribs on there if you're feeling special. If you're really feeling a real barbecue, you got that brisket, you got ribs, stuff like that. Usually white people don't do that. We usually just do burgers and hot dogs because it's easy. But 68% said barbecue over crabs. Crabs at 32%. And we actually had the crabs cleaned, and a lot of people hate that. They like to dig through the mess and the grossness of everything. And me, I don't care either way because I'm not gonna eat that many because it's just all this work. And I cut my finger, and you gotta do all this stuff just so you can get a little bit of meat. You're smashing a hammer and it's squirting in my eyes and all this stuff, and I don't know. I like crabs, but I'm not gonna be sitting there for hours just picking stuff. So if you have crabs, you gotta have something else. You gotta have something else to eat. Like, so they ordered pizza too. So crabs and pizza it was, man. Then we had dessert. We had some Rita's water ice, good old Rita's. Delicious. And one of my favorite summer treats that I haven't had in a while, because right now I don't really live, well, I guess I live close to one, but we just don't go there. I don't know why. So I said, what cools you down during the summer? What tasty treat, what frozen beverage cools you down? So I was thinking, what other place would rival Rita's water ice? And I was thinking ice cream. So you got Dairy Queen, at least here in Delaware, you got Dairy Queen and you got Dairy Palace. I would say Dairy Palace over Dairy Queen, but these two go against Rita's. So I would say, I don't know, I have to be in the mood. It depends what I'm in the mood for. Because I can go to Dairy Palace and get me a banana split, man. Those things are tasty. And then you got Rita's water ice, get me like a green apple or mango water ice. Whew. Dude, I tear that shit up. But 82% say Rita's water ice. That's a big number. So I guess Rita's takes the cake on that one, for at least for the summer. I don't know, but yeah, that's what I did, and that was Friday. Today is Tuesday, July 21st. Nothing special on a Tuesday. Nothing's going up on a Tuesday right now. Just doing podcasts. Did a little bit of cleaning this morning. Did a little bit of listening to some Thousands punk rock music. Just get me in my nostalgic and good mood. What else is going on? And then the next day, so Saturday, we actually went over to a friend's house. And first time we've been over their new house, we had a great time. We got to hang out with people, got to play some cornhole. And again, it's just the whole social thing. It's just being around people in general that just, puts you in kind of different mood, because, you're used to being stuck in your house or, just stuck doing something. And no one likes being stuck. No one likes being stuck doing anything, We want to get out and be able to do our own thing. We want to live our own life. We don't want to be told what to do. So, we just take risks. Take a risk and go out there and live our life. I've talked to a lot of older people, and they're like, yo, if I'm going to die just doing stuff. I'm not going to die, catching this COVID and then just chilling in my house. You know what I mean? So, I know that was not going to happen to me, but I can be like a spreader or whatever. But, like with my grandparents, like we kept our distance and stuff like that. We didn't really hug too much or whatever, or shake hands. I don't know what you're supposed to do. Even the people in charge don't even know what you're supposed to do. So, hopefully this thing's almost over, and then we can get back to what we were doing before, and get back to social stuff. I'm really I can't even watch Disney vlogs anymore, because it just makes me sad that Disney is like the way it is, and people are acting like nothing's different. They're like, oh, excited to go back. Oh, I'm so excited. It's exactly what it was. No, it's not, man. And I can't. It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch that stuff. So I can't even. I was watching a little bit to see how it was going and stuff like that, but I can't even watch it anymore, because I know Disney has to do that stuff to be open. Because it's better to be open and have to do that than be closed and not make any money at all. So I get it. From a business aspect, I get it. But yeah, so I just decided not to watch that stuff anymore. And it sucks. It's sad. But I'm glad we got to have a fun-filled weekend with friends and family. It's a good time. Usually we don't really do too much on the weekends except for be around each other and just me and my wife. And but this time, we got to be around other people, talk about different things, and that's what I loved about it too, is that COVID really didn't come up in conversation, and it was just like nothing was changed, nothing was different. And that's the way I want to get back to. But anyway, right now in Delaware, we're having kind of like this heat wave. A lot of people not liking it too much. I love it, because I love the heat. I love being outside. At work, I got to be outside all day, and I'm in the heat. They tried to pull me in. I said, nope, I'm staying out. I'm staying out here. I got my water with me. I'm drinking water. I'm drinking my Onward. And, man, I just do what I want. I just want to do what I want. And that's not to say, like, I'm not saying that as like a conceited or vain or like I'm into myself type of way. Because I'm also making good decisions. I'm not just saying, oh, I'm gonna do what I want. I'm not gonna listen to nobody. I'm not doing that. Like I'm making good decisions. I'm making safe decisions. But I'm also making them on my terms and doing what I want to do. And that just makes me feel so much better about the decision, you know? So, love this weather that we're having. Love that I got to hang out with people Friday and Saturday and see what's going on in other people's lives rather than, being stuck in the house just watching documentaries and TV and all the hate and all the negative things that are going on. And yeah, man. I mean, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what I did this weekend. Or this past weekend. This weekend we got a lot of redoing the living room stuff. We got some Disney stuff that came in. That's coming in today also. And we're gonna be Disneyfying our living room. So we're getting that together. We got our new couch a couple weeks ago, and things are starting to look up, man. I'm blessed, very blessed, very fortunate to be able to do these kind of things and to have my own home and all that kind of stuff. I always reflect on that because I know in these times people are losing their jobs, people are losing their homes, whatever. So I'm just very grateful, very thankful, and just trying to be positive in the world that we're living today because there's so much negativity. But anyway, how about let's get started. Let's get into the episode. Let's go. All right. Let's get started. Let's get into the episode. All right. So today there were a couple of things, that's been on my mind. That I've been thinking about during the week and thinking about my life in general and the things that I may portray or that other people feel. Cause I don't know. But the question for me was, and it's not a bad thing, it's just something that got me thinking. Cause I know she'll probably hear me talking right now, but so I was pulling weeds, right? And I did all that outside work, and my wife comes out and she was really proud of me for doing that stuff. And I was like, I didn't think it was anything. I was just doing what I wanted to do, And she says something about like being a man, right? And I was thinking, I was like, okay, what? I understand the old concept. I understand the old things about being a man. Like, what makes a man? What is being a man? Like, quote unquote, right? So I was thinking, what is being a man to me? But before I get into what I think, um, I did have other people I asked, and I want to see their responses. So let's go through Instagram and see. I just want to see what kind of responses we got. So Miss Sasha Lot says, integrity, loyalty, honesty, nothing to do with age, all in the mindset and actions. Yeah, I think I can agree with all that. But I also think that applies to women too. So, and that's what was hard for me to try and differentiate between is like, what can be like manly, right? That a woman can't do. You know what I mean? And I couldn't think of anything. Like I was thinking, I think a man should be tough. I think a man should protect. I think a man should lead. But those are things I also think a woman can do. Back in the day, like you had tough guys. You had like, oh, be a man. Like get up, be a man. If you got hit or something, get up and be a man. But and also like men are not supposed to show their emotion or something like that. And that's something I don't agree with. But I do agree with, like, if you're crying all the time, that's a little too much, If you're crying over every little thing, I think that's a little bit different. But I think there is a good place in between that you show your emotion, you show love, you show affection, you show sadness. Yeah, and you can show anger, just not physically, you know what I mean? But like for me, I feel a lot of times, not all the time, but I think a lot of times for me, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. And like you know if I'm angry, if I'm sad, if I'm happy, all those kinds of things, and I think that's important. I think that's important for a so-called man to be able to do. I think a man, like she said integrity, loyalty, honesty, be honest, be loyal to what you give to, your job, your significant other. I think a man shows protection. Same thing as a woman, I mean, it could go either way, really. And I don't know. It just doesn't, like, men are like, okay, so for example, I'm not good at household, like, I'm not good at building things. You know what I mean? I didn't grow up that way. I wasn't like, I don't know. I'm not good at fixing things. I'm not good at that stuff. I learned from my father-in-law. He's good at all that stuff, right? I'm good at different things. I'm good at technology. I'm good at video. I'm good at audio. I'm good at fixing a TV or something, or finding ways around trying to get some kind of technology to work for something, right? I don't know why I'm good at it. I just am. It's stuff I like. I don't know. I just never liked putting stuff together. It's always I get so irritated. I get so angry at that kind of stuff when I gotta do that or build something. It just never interested me, right? But and I like cooking. I mean, I cook the same things all the time, but it's, if I had to cook something different, I would like cooking. Um, and those are things like back in the day where, like, a woman takes care of the kid, a woman cooks and cleans. I like cleaning too. It takes me a while to get to it because it has to be at a certain place where I'm just like, I just get tired of it. I'm just like, I can't take this anymore. I gotta clean it, And sometimes it may be real dirty before I do it. Who knows? But I think a lot of times I do clean. I was taught to do laundry at a young age. I was taught to cut the grass at a young age. I do all that stuff. I can take care of my house. You know what I mean? But there's just certain advanced things that I just don't do, like dealing with hammers and nails and all that junk and screwdrivers, and it's just annoying. But does that make me less of a man? You know what I mean? I hate dealing with cars. Just give me a car I can drive, man. I don't want to know what's wrong with the radiator or the engine. I don't care. I really don't. I have no interest in cars whatsoever. I had a buddy of mine tell me how he was putting together his Jeep and stuff like that. So every time he talks about it, I'm just like, phew, you get me lost, man. Like, I can't even listen because I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm just like, oh yeah, that's cool, man. Like, it's cool that he's passionate about it, and I like talking to him and stuff like that. But when it comes to him talking about that, I have no idea what he's even talking about. I couldn't put together a car if you paid me $1 billion. Alright, take a break for a second and go to stnutrition.com for all your supplement needs. We're selling different kinds of supplements. Different kinds of supplements you're going to find in GNC or Vitamin Shop, right? Go to stnutrition.com or visit Strong Tower Nutrition on Facebook. So we are Strong Tower Nutrition. We are an online retail store that's looking, or real online supplement store that's looking to reach people struggling with their goals and their supplementation. To optimize their progress, click on that link on Facebook and check out stnutrition.com. See what we carry, see what we have. If you have any questions, you would check out Strong Tower Nutrition on Instagram and DM me there, or private message me on Strong Tower Nutrition on Facebook. And if you want to save some money, go to stnutrition.com, and when you check out, type in strong, STRONG, in the promo code section, and you'll save 10%. And thanks for supporting. So let's get back to the podcast, huh? I don't know, but that was one of the thoughts that was in my head, and it all stemmed from just my wife saying that. And I was like, because I also know, like, back in my parents' day, or even maybe even after that, I don't know, being a man meant something different. It meant that you can't show emotion. It meant that you had to be tough all the time. And even up till a couple years ago, I thought that too. I've just recently, like, really have been working on myself and really reflecting and really trying to build my mentality of things, and because my mental health is just as important as my physical. And I've really been working on myself as a person, and showing my emotions, and communicating, and not trying to be tough, not trying to having to fight everyone. I used to be in this mode where I used to feel like I always had to be ready for a fight. Because I always, like, when I started lifting and stuff and I started putting on muscle, and I guess guys just didn't like the way I looked. And I've always, like, when I was young and I'll go on Main Street or something like that around the college, there was guys that always wanted to fight me for no reason. They don't know who I am. It's just the way I looked and the way I carried myself. That for some reason a drunk guy always wanted to fight. So I felt like I always had to be ready for a fight. But then, now I just don't care. I don't care. I don't care enough to get myself into that situation, because I also don't want to be, I don't want to put myself in the way of the justice system. Because even though I would be right, because I'm never going to throw a first punch, that person could know certain cops. That person could know certain lawyers or certain judges or something. You know what I mean? So I just don't want to put myself in the way of that. I don't want to get in the way of that shit. Even though I'm a white male and people are, oh, you have you have no problems with that. Like, you won't have to deal with anything. I don't care. I don't want to put myself in the way of that. I got too much stuff on my mind that I want to do in my life to care about. Oh, I got it. To care about any type of person that's dealing with something that wants to take it out on me. I just don't care enough. And I love that. And that's what I think people need to do. I think they need to sit back and relax and just really think, like, is this really worth it to get mad over? This person, the other day, we were on our way to UPenn, right? And we were going up this ramp that's clearly, like, I don't even know what the speed limit is on there. It's probably like 45, 50 maybe. Maybe even less than that. So we're going up this ramp to get on the university exit. And this dude, he was just riding my tail and just laid on his horn. He was just laying on it. And I was just sitting there thinking, man, like, okay, dude, you can do that all you want. Keep laying on it, man. You're not going to change. You're not going to get anything out of me. I'm going to keep going the same speed. I'm going to get to where I need to get to. But I'm not worried about you. I'm really not. And the fact that I sat and I got to think about that. Like, how do I want to react to this? It could have really pissed me off, because before, I would have got out of my car. I would have slammed my brakes or something, and I would have yelled out my window. I don't know. But it excited me, and I thought it was really cool of myself that I've been working on that a lot. And the fact that he didn't get a rise out of me, he didn't get me mad, I didn't let it ruin my day. It just it made me feel good about myself. And I think that's what people need to do. They need to sit back and relax and just think, like, dude, you're not going to get a rise out of me. I'm not going to let this ruin my day. You don't let other people determine how you're going to feel. It's just a waste of time. And that's what we deal with a lot in this day and age, It's a bunch of that negativity. You get rid of that negative stuff. Like, there's too much life to live. There's too much stuff to do. And go and do something for yourself. Be selfish. Go do something for yourself. Build a business. Work harder on whatever you're working on. Do something that you have fun doing. Instead of wasting your time being negative and having these negative thoughts, and, just love other people. Who cares where they come from, man? We're in America. This is a melting pot of people. You can't compare us to any other country. So, quit being negative. And that's another thing I wanted to go into, is just like, I asked another question on Instagram. Question was, name something positive in the world today. A lot of people said family. And I wholeheartedly agree. Because right now, a lot of people get to spend more time with their family than they ever have. You got people that were workaholics that were probably at work all the time, and now they can't be at work. Or they got to do it from home. And they got to be around their kids because their kids aren't in school. They get to spend more time with their kids. if you look at the positive aspect of this whole virus, there is positives to it. But you just gotta, again, take a step back and just realize, hey, what can I take out of this situation? How can I adapt to this situation? What can I get best out of this situation? Another answer is God's grace. Yeah. Believe it or not, God has so much mercy on us. He could wipe out this whole earth if he wanted to. Because of all the shit that we do and the disrespect and the way we live our lives sometimes. God has blessed us with so much, and we just take that for granted. We take it for granted, and I try and thank God every day for everything I have, and just the path he's put me on and everything I've gone through, all the struggle and the struggle that we continue to live our lives through, and I just thank him. Because I know he has a plan for me, and I know there's a reason I'm going through these things that I'm going through, right? Another answer is life. Life can be positive. That the fact that we're breathing life, you can still live your life, because even though you have to wear a mask outside, you could still live your life. Even though you don't want to leave your home because you're scared to get the virus or whatever. You know what I mean? Another answer is, another thing that's positive is children, because of their innocence. Their innocence. They don't know what's going on. They only know what we tell them. And depending on what you tell them, they just think this is just another thing. This is something different for them. I remember when I was a kid, I was in 6th grade when 9/11 happened. And I had no idea what was going on. I was glad to get out of school. And then a couple years later, I kind of look back and I'm just like, I felt so bad because I was just happy. I just knew I was just happy to get out of school. I had no idea how many people lost their lives, not just in the planes, but the people trying to help people get out the buildings and all that kind of stuff, right? It was just that innocence I had. I had no clue. I had no clue what that meant. So, I don't know. Like, I felt bad that happened, but the same thing, like, kids are going through right now. Like, they don't really know the ins and outs. They don't know enough to be negative and be mad at everybody. Just like, what everyone's doing right now. And that's a positive thing. I think that's a positive thing, because then we can look at our children's innocence, and that kind of brings that out of us. It brings positivity out of us, right? And that's the whole reason I love Disney World. It's because it's all positive. You know what I mean? It brings that vulnerability out of adults because of the innocence of the little kids you got those smiles on their faces when they see Mickey Mouse, or they see their favorite character, or they see their favorite princess. You see those things, and it just brings that positivity and that happiness out of you. And I think during these times in this world right now, we need that. You need positivity. You need to find something. You need to dig deep, because there are things positive in your life, but you need to adapt to what we're in. We can't be living like we were before. Unless you're me, because I have an essential job, but I don't go out anywhere because I don't want to wear a mask out, and that's my choice, right? And that's what I'm doing. I'm not going out there and trying to break the rules by not wearing a mask and saying, oh, I'm not going to wear a mask. Nah, man, I'm just choosing not to go nowhere. I'll get it sent to me. We get Uber Eats and DoorDash and all that kind of stuff all the time. because I don't want to go to a restaurant. I'll get it sent to me and eat it at my house. It's better than a restaurant. I don't know. That's just me. What other answers we got? What else is positive in this world, huh? Animals. Because the unconditional love that they give you, right? Nothing beats coming home from work and having my dog wagging her tail and just like couldn't wait to see me all day. You know, that unconditional love, like where you been, you know, and they just want to like, she want to lick my face and she want to, you know, stick her head under my hand so I pet her. It's little things. It's those little things like that. Like, that's how you take positivity out of this. It's like you look at the little things that you have, like spending time with your kids, even though they're probably driving you crazy at home. You get to be with them. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that don't get to do that. There's a lot of people going through different things that you should be blessed that you have. So, look at the positives. Another positive, love. No matter what's going on, there's always love somewhere to be found. If you look hard enough, yeah, you got your family, you got pets, you got significant others. There's another gnat in here. Damn. Like I said, the little things you appreciate, the more positive you feel, the more love you have in your heart. You know what I mean? And it's, I don't know. And I thank y'all for answering that question or that statement, whatever it was. But I love that everyone said family, because I think that is the biggest positive right now. Is that because you're not supposed to go anywhere and see your friends and stuff like that. So the best thing is your family. You know, you get closer with your family. And you get to see, you know, what really happens. Family is a thing that not a lot of people have. You know, or their family lives in a different state and they're not able to fly and go see them. You know, this dude I work with, man, like he hasn't seen his family in 2 years because they live in Texas. And he finally got to go and fly there and see them. And he has I think she's a less than a year old daughter, and they haven't seen her yet. So I think it would be pretty cool that they finally get to see their granddaughter, and he gets to see his parents, and you know, they move forward and just spend time with family. And family doesn't always have to be blood, right? There's people with family that's blood that don't even care as much as their friends, you know? You got friends close enough that's family, hang out with them, spend time with them, talk to them, ask them what's up. You know, get some Uber Eats with them. Get some Instacart. Stay inside, watch TV, whatever you gotta do, man. We got so much stuff that we can do, and we're so fortunate, you know, that we can, that people are complaining. People complain about every little thing, man. Like, there's so much to be blessed with. Like, we got Netflix. We got all this stuff on TV that you can sit and watch all day long, right? We got so many things in this world that we can do on our phones and all this other stuff. And they're complaining that they're stuck in their house? For what? Go in your backyard. Go outside. You can stay around your house or whatever. You can go in your neighborhood, take a walk. I don't know, do something. Quit complaining. That's what gets under my skin, is all the complaining all the time, right? But I don't know, man. That's just kind of stuff I've been thinking about this week, and that's what's been on my mind, and just wanted to share it on the podcast, and yeah, and I think that's all I got. But I thank you all for listening. I thank you for supporting the podcast, for supporting Strong Tower Nutrition. If you want to go to stnutrition.com, see what kind of supplements we have. We're going to have a lot of things coming back in stock. And I'm currently still going through trials of certain supplements to see if I want to carry them or not. Because again, remember, I try everything that we have. Everything that we sell on stnutrition.com, I have used myself, and I love it, and I want you to try it, and I really believe it works. So if you want to do that, go ahead and hit subscribe on YouTube, and leave a review on Apple Podcasts, and I don't know if you can do it on Spotify or not, but also we're going to be on Stitcher. So I don't know if you guys are familiar or what you listen to the podcast on, but we're going to move. No, we're going to stay on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, but we're also going to be on Stitcher. So thanks for listening. This is Strong Tower Podcast. I'm Ben Hamrick, and we're out. Peace.